You know, I moved, right? I went and got some, Ether Currents, the other two. I think I got them all. I was talking to my kid. You'd have to watch me struggle around this stupid map. Anyway, back to it. Presence at Spangoli, excellent. I chanced this by an aggregation of crossing Zodiac's Erstwhile prison. Using the spell taught to me by the new Mao, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. Magic requires considerable concentration, however, I might prevail upon thee to send watch whilst I perform the incantation. Okay. Okay. Where am I standing watch at? Just there. Where? Oh. I need to remain 6 months work. There, 'tis done. The magic link Debriones is efficacious, is crafted by the Nomo, whereas the occasional become Germine own, but nevertheless is most useful skill. Resulting product is merely possessed of no preternatural properties, but is hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loparites will appreciate. Hey everyone! Oh thank goodness, I thought you'd been eaten or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Ishtola has been looking all over for you. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Diary then! So that's quite clear she wishes to speak with you alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind Arianje. Worry not, it so happens that you need your help with an errand delivering a package to the Watcher's Palace. The best way to borrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for poor low burritos. Low burritos. And we will be ever so grateful if you lend us a hand. That's convenient. Suspiciously convenient. Are you insinuating I would betray the trust of Heidelind's chosen, or worse, do anything to risk getting Ishtol's bad side? Clearly not one to be crossed, nor made to wait. Now off with you. Worry not, I shan't be long. Bum 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 bum. Ba da dum da da dum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Jump. Jump! Oh, back so soon? Everything is alright with Arianje then, that's a relief. Oh, we thought you'd be away for far longer. In dire emergency, I said no such thing, but as you are here, I could use assistance in one small matter. Running away, a companion of growing ways, apparently has been much to see the final days. The problem is that he's determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay long enough for this whole conversation. Anything he's like to stop and rest for about, so there's a way to slow him down. What's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice, and no, well, that's really important. He's raising these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Runaways, other notable features, the insistent chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. When you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crew, but if it was effective, he was here the greatest end spell. When last I saw him, let us split and find him. Moose balls. Moose ball flesh. Oh good, this thing, I like this. Chitter chatter. Oh, maybe that's him. Oh, that smarts is meant to be a joke. It isn't funny. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable at the final days. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? If you meant to time the final days, and we're so much before the Great Voyage. It's true that Hyland did impart to us some knowledge about the event, but I know about as much as any other little poet around here, less probably. I don't know anyone think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but I hope to pause on them. There's a lot of shady business going on around here. Sorry, more help. There's something else I'd have work to do. And I'm off! There's a lot of shady stuff going on. Oh no, you caught him. I mean, well done. You're lucky to try the entrance, there's no sign of him. I could not find out. Hair, no hair. How did you fare? Oh, I found him already. I said I didn't know jack shit. This guy's a liar. We're all liars, so he knows more than the others. Care to explain yourself, growing way? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, I misremembered. Terrible. Sorry about that. I'm afraid I'm drawing a blank, though. Trust me, I can't remember who I was thinking of. I don't really know. What a Viranche. I assume you spoke with him earlier, but he say we were returning. On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Living Way. Between growing ways, sudden lapse of memory, and our lack of our leads, maybe our time is better spent leading around Jahan. What? Now, hold on a moment. It's all come back to me. Yes, I remember the information we're looking for in the archives. Yes, there'll be all final sources of knowledge, including the pertaining to the final days. A liar. Why do we still loot these idiots? Give me my new gloves. Oh, what to do, what to do. I promised Living Way I would help you, but... No, I promised I'd help, so what's that I'll do? The archives are on the second floor, the main plaza of the eastern wing. Follow me. Though it's up to something, but if there ought to be learned the final days, I think best to play along for now at least. First things first. Let's get the rest of my wins. We're just about done here, it looks like. Good. This guy's probably upstairs, but let's go grab this guy. He's definitely downstairs. Oh no, it's right here. Walking away. Hail, person. Yes, you have a moment? I do. So ever since I woke in inspection, a friend of mine has been acting a little funny, funnier than usual all the way out here. Nothing's wrong, but in an hour or two. Many thanks. My friend is named Dream Away. Should be somewhere nearby. Just limitations. Here, your penchant for excitement and adventure, is that correct? Yeah, true. I assume your travels to Dallas hotels the elegance. Maybe their fault. It's true. I thought as much. I asked because I have plans to serve an elegant relic not far from here. The weapons guarding it, however, make it too dangerous for me to go there alone. It's just an interesting little adventure. I should play this not to be out of my time waste. Man, all the way over there. Damn. And such. Let's go talk to this guy first. Head out that direction. Stay focused, Dream Away. Sure, no working way around, but... Oh my. Hey buddy, what's going on? You're not love-poeted. Am I dreaming? Is today finally here? Am I talking to a visitor from Ethis? Yes. Whatever can I help you, kind of madam? You should be asking you the very same question. How did you know? In any case, I couldn't bother any honored guests with such silly troubles. Oh, I love meaningless garbage tasks. Please tell me. If you insist, perhaps I could share a nibble of what's on my mind. First, may I ask your name? Yep. I need to change my name. Which town? That's a very spectacular name. I'm sure it speaks to your character in a way or another. If only I could say the same of mine. Perhaps it was a mistake to choose stream from the Tome of Words. For tries I might have no such thing. I'm saying everything else laid their names. Because I made more aware, but people like this and their paws seem to be dream a great deal. Are there any advice for me? Focus on what you're good at. That's the problem I have focus here what that would be. My fellow Illipits might have known them since, well, since they're created, so perhaps you see something to me that I cannot. Their help must be able to find objectively appropriate dream for me to pursue. The best would be to serve mankind after all. Well, here's tell me what you come up with, something, anything at all. He's no sluggard, I can tell you that always happens on a pond. This work can be done compared to some others. They say it's great help. He can be helping way. I am the best, I have discovered. Want to talk about dreaming away? I can't say no entirely low as I was rushing off to new tasks and music finish alone. He's always got some good sport though. Dreaming away can always set his mind too. He doesn't complain, but can he pause 30 I said, I think it's something I'm particularly gifted at. Hey, ought interest to share, please say. I'm explaining my chocobo. Weird. That's more or less the expected, I suppose. Nice enough to perhaps unit another dream. It's never. Alright, I find your dream yet. Oh, scratch my leg. You really think so? Goodness, people are truly kind as they say. In that case, I promise not to give up until we found my dream unit. It's the last thing I do. That got grim. Let's exhaust our other options before we go to anything potentially lethal, shall we? What do I get from this guy? Another ring! Yep, let's do it. My warmest and fuzziest thanks for continued help. I was thinking they're low burritos. Can't tell if you might be at Vestat. Perhaps you could follow me around and see for yourself. Work includes gathering materials, equipment maintenance most important, carrot production, all indistinguishable from day-to-day operation. I'm sure you'd agree. Perhaps a bot of foraging. Everyone likes a good forage. We'll need to go see Thinking Way in the Great Eden's Vale first. There's a lot of probably black sort of work. Let's go find any toes. Let's go do it. Thinking Way always has some beneficial mineral ooze of tournament needs gathering. See, I've got a special companion today. Dreaming, what's the occasion? Nothing important, she simply observed me as I go about my day. Speaking of which tasks need to be doing, it's my effect that our building ways need more crystals. Could you perchance mine some? Of course, one, it's an unusual assortment. Right then, it's off to Vallis Valena, so I'll go ahead and take a look at suitable deposit of crystals. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Okay. Let's knock both these out. Let's see where that takes us. Dun 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 dun. Oh, it's this nightmare. I hate this. press it to say to find anything useful, prove, blah, 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 onward, then A after you. Look at this weird looking, like, spaceship thing. Apparatus is offline, but it's transportable, placing ambiguous size bag. Alright friends, what am I missing here? What am I not seeing? Okay, so I'm in this area. Do I need to kill this thing? Is that the problem? I doubt it. Let's kill it. Just satisfy my own bloodlust. Very small area. Alright, no. 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 There, maybe? Let's try climbing this thing, see what happens. I don't know what else it could be. Am I gonna be able to climb this thing? I think so. Like very far away from stuff. Bless me, I'm sorry. There it is. Very good. Ryan, do you know how to... Let's go. Ah, you found me. Truth be told, we need to fire an itch to get started, and the crystals. Yeah, but the best for a card, you can join me. Splendid. We have deposits right outside the grot. How's the sand? There you go. If this is the building will be delighted. Should make her deliver to Thinking Way as soon as possible. That's when there's a multi-character. Safe at last, now show me what you found. This is elegant decryption unit. With that read elegant tombstones about history, science, poetry, and a fitting adventure of the day. So I can tell you a heartfelt gratitude. See you, homie. Oh my goddamn ring. I thought it was efficient. You managed to procure what I asked for. Okay. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll have to find whoever has the key. Growing away enough. If you've not else to tell us about found us, you'd only say so. We can ill afford wasting time here, as you well know. Do yourself not tell us, Max. Act quickly. Yes, we did. The moon is to be a perfect paradise to people of Ethos, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. I hope you see the wonders we had to offer, and you found nothing but faults and flaws in our work. Only one of you saw potential, so others must be kept here. That's Living Way's game. Run us around in circles, failing that, lock us away so we can't put our plan to risk. Anyone except Ariadne. Here signs what it stakes, what must be done. Fear of mischief is growing. Whenever we decided a notion of using the moon as a means for escape, that said, my heart breaks the thought of abandoning Ethos, and her reflections say their doom. If there is a way to avert the fun days, I wish to find it. We all do. We may fail, but our efforts will never be put at expense of your plan. Well, why would you take that risk? No room for ifs and maybes now. The people at this escape to the moon, they'll be safe and I'll finally get to see all their happy smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. We must try not to hurt them. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Precious. If we dally, they'll have almost for sure numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed, let's reconvene. The Argus waits outside. Oh, itchy eye. There, don't work out too badly, did you? Good, you're here. Once heard the Watcher's Pathfinder, Ajay. Could all just take this crystal that we've all identified. Literally, it just teleports us wherever we want to go.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
Here. The time has come for you to return to Etheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh, bugger!
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Atheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loperids were born of Hydaland's love for Atheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing Way, thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Atheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure, but one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And Living Way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer. The anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments.
I want to understand, but...
I, too, still labour to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Livingway's compendium. An open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations. But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort. To accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home. Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind, if being the operative term.
That flower, how came it into your possession? How very like her. Guided its light, you may come to know the true intentions and touch the mystery. In our time we called that Ilpis. You would do well to remember the name. Would I though? Would I?
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
Agreed. The Charlayan Forum, yes?
Because we're not retarded.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Oh yeah, Alpha now. Oh, this handsome guy. Nice. Look at the pictures of my son. 'Twas a relief to see living well was so pleased with the gift of ink serve well, though the knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is blessing without peer. Forgive my absence and I have utmost faith in you and all our fellow scions. So next return to Ethers, I pray find a good health and good spirits. Yes, now I can fly here on the moon! That's right. Declaration of hopes and aspirations. I thought of it that way before. Lilliputians may the low burritos. Canance now doesn't chase back their plans, resort rather than employ. Let's see them that far. Ooh, new hat. With the low burritos and Urianje's capable hands, we needn't worry about the affairs are absent. Knowing how thou face the earthly collaborators, there is much discussed to Alphino and the others. Let's turn the Tower of Babel for a battle of Star. Will soon begin in earnest. We must be prepared. I can fly on the moon. I'm gonna go get the rest of this freaking map taken care of. Oh, it's way up there. No, I'm not. If that's something better to do with our time. Oh, but I can fly. I love the flyings. I'll take a break here and go pee in a second. Drink so much water. Get out of here. Oh. Well, let's do it right now. I'm gonna stand for a minute. I'm sitting all day. I forgot how cold it was in here. Trust me, the low burritos and ingenuity. Gods, I can scarcely believe we were in the moon and back. No time to reflect on that later. Right now, I need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. Well, I managed to stress the importance of discretion, least the public be sent into panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should be told this much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, the Camp Broken Glass. Laberinthos. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Turn this light on in the bathroom. Okay. Where am I going? Up here. It's good to see you again. No awards for the lunar adventure, I hope. We've done what we can now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. But before we do, I might as well tell you we come to Garlemald in our absence. Or tell us what's happened. Succeeded in subduing the tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who are already in our custody, the number of requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions that have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all here, so we have petitioned for aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to prefer assistance, particularly those who were recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. Assistance to the fellow Scions, we endeavor to see them safely transported and subsequently cured for their tempering. All the tempered be relocated. Not all, no. We have sufficient shelter to tend those whose treatment was begun. Enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient as not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, there's a miracle he and those in his company are not harmed in the chaos. Not for Alphino and Alice Say's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us today. Oh, good. Doing God's work. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decision regarding Garlemald? I mean, it's done. They won. What are they going to do? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it'll take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work through the Eastern Alliance to keep a close watch over the provinces. Hold on, I'm getting some nuts. We have only shortly after Animal completely received reports each and every tower has vanished. Oh, good. Master Montoya are no doubt thrilled, but the mother Porksy reported her so many visitors. We're grateful for ongoing efforts as well as those of their comrades near and far. Ugh. Oh man. So there's these like rabbit people and they tried to kidnap us because they're assholes. And at the end of days, it's not good, not looking good. But I killed Zodiac. You win some, you lose some. There's still much we need to do. The Alliance leaders must be told, but they're willing to contact them in our stead. Yes, I'll send word immediately. We'll also release the fellow Scions from the present duties. They may return to Charlian. And use their British spent finding the means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of fellow Scions, I'm happy to hear that Mistress Kirill is still on the bed, has moved to the Baldician Annex and given into Tataru's care. Thank you. I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After the confrontation with Zodiac, you said Xenos took his leave and in all likelihood has returned here to Garlemald. I have in mind to dispatch souls to try to ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if he believes merit in doing so. No. Okay. Your only foe he considers worthy. Even though I hadn't found him, they could even hope to bring low that monster. Pray for good I entertain the notion. While on the subject, Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects and has continued to use serves only to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, it has been declared that Xenos, Viator Galvus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Huh. How do I feel about that? Then Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems it's not, but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better than an army to see it stated. At any rate, I will not keep you any longer. Pray for your safe passage back to Charlene. Oh, is that where I'm going? Alright, I can check out the nut quest. Bag of nuts! Oh, that's right. Let's do that first. Hold up. Oh, it's down there. Okay. Good to see you. I've got a deal of recent exploits with everyone else, so I feel confident recommending you associate level hunts. Otherwise, most successful hospital reaches like bloody Garlemald. Gods, I hate that place. If Ilspire then friendly north has been a promise, simply remind and stop. There's nothing quite like hearing about Kokobo's mouth. Oh. Self-proclaimed, blah blah blah, banner, got it, yep. Cool. Cool story. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. Oh, let's behind me. I want the Renoa armor. How do I get back and stuff? It's good day. Welcome back! We're so terribly worried about you that I was planning to cause my own fire shower war. For that I apologize. Hadelin's called me today and entered the Tower of Babel. Please are faint but desperate. I knew once she required it best to care at her will. What comes after is dreamy. Barely remembered my body flowing through life stream toward Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, I was aches and frostbite, exhausted by ether, so exhausted in fact that I could only laugh. The moment I understood Raha's awareness from the tower's lot. But I could laugh at a time like this. We prevented Zodiac from being unleashed in the world, but I'm curious to know what else took place on the moon. Oh, bro, the whole world's gonna end because I killed Zodiac because there's no balance in the Force. Perhaps we should wait for those who join us before we give an account. Let us be convened in the main hall and sleep around. To the main hall we go. Sorry I've kept you waiting. Not all, we understand you're quite busy lately. Okay, will Urianger be joining us? Duty keeps him away, I'm afraid, though. She can explain why better than us. Here's the story thus far. Blah, 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 blah. Final days befell Amurat. The moon, what source of its reflections? I've no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do you stop this? Fortunately, we have no answers at present. If the celestial currents have grown stagnant, as is the case at the time of Amurat, the solution would be to alter the flow of ether throughout the entirety of the star. Each accomplishes this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population in so doing. And it should go without saying that such sacrifice cannot be repeated, which leaves us the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amorites could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Marla Matorum. There is still much that we do not know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. Final days are marked with corruption of Amorites' creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question, what havoc is in store for us? If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we would start with the Forum, then having worked with the burritos in secret all this time, there's surely more they can tell us. Fear the interruption, but I have urgent news. Forum is holding public assembly at the plaza outside, some sort of announcement. What is Father up to now? There's only one way to find out.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan. Nay, of this very star.
The statement was... Oh.
Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Talopheroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But for...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
What is this cute thing going on here?
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared. The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children, and deliver them from this doom. Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge, not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
Forever.
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago. Which is why we must in earnest begin preparations for the Great Exodus. For his impressive contributions, and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be.
It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties. With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit. Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Uh-oh. What happened? There it is.
Thank you. I shan't be long.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Nay, we do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures, and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome, nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, He might tell you how proud he is of you both.
Bold words call for bold action. And there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
Hey, it's a
As if
city.
I ever
It's like
would.
dude been doing.
So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested. Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
I don't want to rest, man. Blah blah blah. Exodus. We talked about me. Now never escape harm. Prior rambling. Chamber awaits. All right, let's go to our chamber. Oh, good, more parties. Oh, it's my girlfriend, Alice. It's probably not.
Craving a midnight snack, were you?
Oh, it is! Wow!
I did consider bringing a few sweets, but decided this wasn't an
probably get to
appropriate
decide.
occasion.
Yeah, what are we gonna do instead?
I couldn't sleep. Had a few things on my mind. I know it's late, so I'll try not to talk your ear off.
Baby, you can
It
do whatever you
seems-
want.
I keep thinking back to Garlemald when he'd taken control of your body. An altogether terrifying experience, to say the least, and one that served as a harsh reminder. No one, no matter how strong or quick or clever, is invincible. Not even you. And as much as it might seem at times that you are, one misstep, one mistake, and that's that. Which is why, even though I know you've heard it 1,000 times before, I'm going to tell you to take better care of yourself. Because you really, really should. It goes without saying that we're all committed to this fight. But that doesn't mean that we need to throw our lives away. You know how I feel about noble sacrifices. Right, that's settled. We'll be keeping the acts of gratuitous bravado to a minimum. When I looked Father in the eye and swore we'd find a way to avert this tragedy, It wasn't a promise just for him. It was a promise for you, too.
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Thank the Ilsebar contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum, too. But is it true? They brought back tempered Garlean soldiers.
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. But to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
It's Jula's. I think. Or not. Meanwhile, in Ishgard... Oh, there's some strange blackness going on. Interesting. I wonder what this is all about.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Oh, what have we here? Hey, are you all right? Was that all? The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat is abated. Yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
Ruh-roh. New hat. It's a little lady for him. Go away, old hat. Finally enabled 85. Oh, it's just about to call for you. Afraid you've seen the call for someone coming from the Radsai Han. Something in Hall's Gus situation. Extremely low at once. Oh. Oh, I should drink the rest of this water. Oh, I did. Good. No, I'll have to pee all night. Ah, there he was. What time is it? Cookies and ice creams at some point. Oh, it's 6. Doing a little bit. Our worst fears have come to pass, but moments ago we received grim tidings from our contact under the Zaitan. That beast appeared as if out of nowhere, claiming one victim after the next. What's more, they say the very sky burns above them. Oh no, it's Heads of Daisies! Good gods, the final day is already upon us, this says. It appears so. This little information ever present. No doubt the people of Razatan are busy fighting for their lives. Their way must go at once. They need our help. Hey, it's that guy. Agreed. Kirill, you best remain here with Tataro and gather what knowledge you can. No condition, a long journey, I imagine. Very well. A similar phenomenon may have been observed elsewhere. And if so, we must know about it at once. Itchy ears, itchy ears. Be safe out there, yes? I'll just make first very... Oh my gosh, my glasses. Paracelsium may lie ahead. Okay, try this again. There we go. And I teleport away.
And lo, vile beasts did rise. Leaving naught in their wake but blood and ash. The sun scorches earth and boils seas.
Look at these pretty monsters.
And our sins ascend unto the heavens. 3 dooms to unmake all we were.
The sky burns. The final days are truly upon us.
My friends, I trust you have heard the news.
We have. What can you tell us of the situation, Your Excellency?
Last night, the Isle was rocked by tremors, and the earth itself cried out. Aloft, the heavens began to burn. From all about, unholy beasts, the likes of which we had never seen, came forth in fury and rage. No. To say they came forth would be inexact. The people of Radzat-Han themselves transformed into these baleful fiends.
Oh, snap.
Though the phenomenon was observed throughout our lands, the first creature, the largest and most dreadful of the lot, wrought havoc upon us here in our fair city. Though they bear superficial resemblance to divinities of legend, they are ungodly abominations. The people decry them as blasphemies. The Large One's rampage has since taken it to the northern reaches of the island. I mean to dispatch our radiant host in an attempt to quell the threat.
And what of Vritra?
Vritra too makes for the north of his own accord, and yet... He knows the blasphemy and its minions were but yesterday his beloved people. I pray his boundless compassion and mercy does not deter him from taking unenviable but necessary action.
Understood. I ask that you allow us to aid you in quelling this threat.
You would risk your lives to help us yet again? I have no words to express my gratitude. Our regiments approach the north from several directions, with a number of units set to depart from the docks of Jedlimat. They will make landfall in an area of dense jungle, where one can expect to encounter dangers even beyond the fell beasts we hunt. I leave you to your preparation. You will find me at the docks when you are ready to depart.
We're as prepared as we'll ever be. Let's go.
Alright, sir. Alright, what are we doing here? We're doing some old bullshit down here, right? Hmm? Oh, I can't fly here yet. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Let's just take this boat to this other area. Whatever. Everyone is assembled. Yes, thank you for lending us your aid to battle against blasphemy. Let us review the plan of that hack. You board this boat and circle around the north side of the island. Here you'll find the dense jungle we call Vanaspati, sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Fitcher and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. As you join them, do all your power to destroy this blasphemy. Oh, fun! It's a that was a quick dungeon hop. All right, well, let me get where Brett? Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna take my usual team, bros. Rah! God save us.
My friends, these are children of Stathnir. Forgive me. I could do them no harm.
You underestimate me!
Oh, it's blocked off. Okay.
If this is the only way, I shall silence the beasts of the air. Pray continue onward.
You now.
You cannot stop us!
You're mine!
You underestimate me!
My turn! The horde draweth near. Be on your guard. You're mine!
You underestimate me!
You cannot stop us!
You're mine!
Don't turn fast enough.
My turn!
Mysteries from Baru! Oh my goodness. Alright. Ice cream and
As I feared.
What is it?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhaps so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
Gods be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me. Or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
You put your secret at risk.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
What madness is this, Iwan? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone. I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzatan will not survive.
Take me with you. I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahewan's side.
Estinian, here. It's the last thing you ever wanted. A link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you love.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own. While I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
A radiant host is limited to immediate threat of the city, though it pains within the beast were once upon my people. There is no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and still ourselves for the yet to come. Minante Vespari, blah blah blah. Give me my friends must return to Mega Dutra in the time being to manage the crisis dispatch my troops situation demand. Carry the investigation here in the city. May have presidents and more of the best of the transmissions. Give us some insight on possible solutions. Time's essence, let us spend 3 groups and recover more ground. Now let's say I will see Pasca Path, and Karnishla, pray make for Dharma. I leave Artha to Garar and you. Any information gathered first pass manifestation values here in the city of most help. Include respective inquiries as reconvening the Mega Dutra and the Scepter. Place to begin, the alchemist's turn. One thing I want to do is see if I can see if that's opened up yet. Is that a game of level? No. I think oh my gosh, it's still disabled. Get the freak out of here. Those red eyes, you the Shions, the commissioner scales from us, so come to the high crucible of these, the troubling times, just this hat trouble, this going to Christ fix the city, I happen to catch these out of the creatures they did, but still too powerful, very natural characters, so I cannot believe where the hell the next guy was biting, so I heard panic screams. Fiction about Sean Bazaar, since the monstrous beast punches it out from amidst the solids, a handful of radiant rushed to the scene like beast, sprawling the pain as he propelled himself skyward. That's the captain's in Marcus, it's not just for use, so I make you sure on the tail. We do all the inquire next to the Tsar then. Sabian weave, it must say bears resemblance to the traditional fabrics of Corvos. Small wonder greatly given it's just across the water. Not much next to Corvosi culture, of course. I know the occasion as ancestral since coming to Charlene and like as much as there reside there again. But in recent days I felt much more acutely where the heritage grew forth. Thanks to the furs, I heard the royal eye, and with the wisdom of ancient. And so, well, I simply hope that my countrymen are safe, and one day when the families may to Corvus again. Forgive me, but the shop's closed until further notice, and save them press concerns these days. We have come... information concerning an enormous fiend in the city of Bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not. My friend, I was here the whole time when I saw its little minions made a mess of the place they did. I was gone, the big one tore through the west side of the bazaar, and they've been lucky asking there. Something the matter? Lost? Perhaps I could be of assistance. Of course, most appreciate we're not lost for need of information. Right? You know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged the bazaar? I saw it, though I wish I had not. Got my work on all of a sudden, a piercing scream cut through the air. Turned around and the fiend, his massive body bursting through the entryway. The first suddenly the minute was gone as quickly as it came. Sisters have mercy what is happening to the world, and why am I nowhere safe? Oh, the danger is past, at least for now. If it's not too painful, remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard screams, and the horde of ravening beasts came charging towards us. One of them, a huge bigger than a myriad, throwing people out like rag dolls, and was eating them. I hid into the counter, I saw others do the same. The shrieking, the wailing kept getting louder, and more voices in the throng. Beast victims I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening, I still don't. That's enough, my good man. Brave to share us your tale. Many of fellow merchants are safe. The crews will do it. Survive most unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones and rest your body while you're ill. I think this is the most we expect people to tell us. I think it is best we find the place outside the bazaar. My rest and review the findings. The council jump change already occurred at the time the beast reached Bazaar. Towards the rest of the Bazaar headed towards the Atheroid Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy at first appeared in this vicinity. Because people in the main mean can surely tell us more. Going on the numerous piece story, yeah, I saw it, including the instance of the poor bastard transformed and the gods of putting me here. It's right over there by the window. A few men merchants probably talking and drinking. Birds must taking a turn. The worst next thing into the leader, I suppose, who was buried, hid his hands, black mist was swirling about him. And his whole body burst apart, and he stands a hideous slabbering beast, an acid pal, gaping maws, bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, then the black mist comes again until the change takes them to the stuff of nightmares, I'd say. Nightmares indeed, I'd say. Do you perchance know who these merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade, not a cause of mingle of that sort, so I'm a little barmaid chat with them, though she might know something. Oh, pardon me, I was just anyway, take a seat wherever you like, open business. Even as we're repairing all the damage to go off, the business pick up again. You mean the blasphemy? That's what Radiant had been calling it. Anyway, I saw it too. I was standing there and counter as Madra poured me a drink and became this pained, angry groan. Anything I ever heard it turned into a shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose a creature enormous and ghastly. Behold, what happened next? To call it sent shivers up my spine. By some stroke of fortune, as I was sip outside, the beast got its claws on me. Sat there girding me off from me. Saw blue sky turned red as blood. Verde himself. Myself and the other sides clung to each other. Dear life, the radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? These manifested before the sky began to burn? Certainly, the windows were off for a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing but ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. Hello, good the Martyrs Mayhem. What can I get you? Came not for libations or information. You are my alias, investigating the so-called blasphemy on this atrocious behalf. Here is one of their customers, a merchant, the first in a month's transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something irregular here, especially Kazal was his name. He ran to his own consortium. Oh, it's Kazal, dealing permanent exports with the varying specialties. Through him we met Matsu. Yes, the name rings a bell. Did you meet them both on their first trip to Thavner? If I recall correctly, Kazal ran a trading operation in Yelamad. It was there that he made Matsu's acquaintance. Yes, that's the same Kazal, no doubt. A rather successful man from what I gather. That said, he was clear that he had fallen on hard times lately. These ghastly towers popping up could not have been good for business. Even now, the towers gone, the collapse of the empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere in the market of luxuries. Surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of the trading consortium, indeed. Kazal was a compassionate man. Even his own business suffered. He did what he could provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted to sell your wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting. As far as I could hear, you discussed matters further. Kazal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I would not have recalled memory. It brings pain. If I could, I would ask you one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual at Kazal in particular? Please, anything at all. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Kazal lived for his work. No family that I know of. His employers and associates knew him best too, but they are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not know. I can direct you to them if you believe it would help. What do you say? Kazal made his home in Carmen, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kazal lived there since Charlotte was known throughout the neighborhood. Kalma, the name is new to me. How do I get there? Write down some directions. cannot promise you I'll find it safe, but if nothing else, it is a start. Come, let's see what this lead takes us. Yeah, thanks. I've been doing this the whole time. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see, it's within the middle of where Tracer steps in and back towards Aetheryte Plaza. From here we ascend the stairs. This must be used in case we take the path leading southeast. On this way, short corner for long. Walking through the streets is quite adventurous, and now I can hope to explore Redisel on leisure once this crisis is past. This must come at last. Question my Kozo. Give me a sense. Imagine taking shelter indoors. I don't think I can get that asshole. Alright. Let's go do it. Yeah, I know.
These are children of family. Forgive me. I could do them no harm. What is this vile presence I sense? The horde draweth near. Be on your guard.
Alright. Kazal, you say yes, I don't know since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart, late to return. He'd spend his days procuring finest wares and seek out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging as of late, no surprise. Really, the dangerous travels has become. He's cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, wrecking his brain to find ways to turn his fortunes around. Then at night, I heard the door open. I looked out, Kazal sitting on the bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. The situation was quite dire indeed. Do you know anything else about it, the ordinary? That's an old woman. Let's speak of it in the troubles of his consortium. He was the same old Kazal, cordial and honest like always. Questions you were asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't cut up in that Turlax and Bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days. My daughter told me not to venture outside. Stuck near as I am, I've heard a little bit of the Bazaar going on. Rest assured, the city is safe now. The situation may change without warning. I urge you stay close to your daughter and prefer to take refuge should the satrap order it. Come back another time. I just woke up and I'm exactly moved for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusions. May have noticed that the great danger has come to Thavnar. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know the local merchant named Kazal? If so, did any of you notice anything unusual about him recently? Kazal, I knew him. In fact, he spoke just the other day. I need to wrap this up. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around, thanks to generous order from radio fibers, why he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Dijinbaha might be able to tell you more, though, as I call he's the one who brokered the arrangement. Holy cow, it's like way over there. Okay. Something went wrong. So I'm trying to get football up. Just realized what time it was. Taking these stairs lead up to Dharma. It's quite a sight to risk, but The final days of war, the heavens burned and the stars fell, creation magics ran amok. That was the assumption when I saw Amarat. They just believed the same. The terror of a single powerful individual was the cause of the calamity. And yet these self-same horrors don't manifest themselves for our eyes. What could be this? Sets the heavens aflame and turns ordinary men into beasts. Best part. They're farming silkworms. This must be root of the fibers where we can find Dijin Haba. Down we go! There it is. And hurry, I say, there's no time to waste. Pardon me, but the charge in buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions we'd like to ask. I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares safely before these accursed police return. In case there might be assistance, first you can speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move the equipment, ask what the others have put to where... You can carry our fabrics. Go through the door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Remember, these textiles are a livelihood. Handle them with care. Kamala Harris, where are you? Oh, come on, speak up. This area employs only— Out! No, I'm here to help, doofus. Let's say you've come to help. Well, praise be Amanda. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On the way here, you pass 3 storehouses. Just like to carry the small crate to not from the home in the storehouse near the hatchery. Your clothing is from around the and the massive crate goes to his own in the middle storehouse. Watch the back. We're going. So ready. Once you have delivered, consider it complete. Wrong again. There it is. Come right place. Thanks for your aid. Goods, finished products, such carpets, clothing, pretty. So you're running one, aren't you? A pretty cool time. Stars is so quickly to the nurse and so strong, associates proceeding at pace. Terrible thing is going to generous souls like yourself help me more and again in peaceful time. I want to get up there. Let's do that. That looks easy enough. Aha! Not too easy. Suck it. Done as asked, have you? Kamal is satisfied with the work, and so am I. Done us a great favor, traveler. I too have delivered the infant's apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. The ware is safely stored away. We'll not lose any more of these fiends. Take it as task to not escape the attack unscathed. We do not. Thankfully, most of the workers already left for the day. I saw it. We looked at the burning skies in confusion, and when before we began to make sense of it, his creature burst through the door, shrieking for life. But one of my colleagues was not so fortunate to cried out, screamed such agony, such terror. Next instant, he too spreaded fearsome claws. Sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then it's like their fear is causing it. He too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask? Indeed, you knew the merchant Kazal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with this establishment. Kazal, I know him well. He'd arranged for his concern to deliver a large shipment of fabrics. But the end, we received a better offer, and it turned him down. I'm sure his business is struggling, but ours, so is ours. Another of the most reliable trading partners agreed to transfer the goods for a much smaller commission. Would have been fools to refuse. Felt terrible withdrawing the offer, but you must understand we simply had no choice. I tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his rejection and despair were paling as day. He said he'd discuss with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. You remember what he saw in Ben Espadia? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed the very brink of turning the beast one after next. It was seen that same phenomenon occurred. The poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends as well as those witnessed undergoing a change. It's like that everything began with Kazal. By all accounts, it was the one who suffered the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? Such emotions were that triggered his transformation. That's what triggers narcolepsy and schizophrenia, too. Much remains unclear, but I believe they're drawing closer to an answer. At that rate, must discuss her findings with the others. We were reconvene with the others in front of Megaduta, were we not? It should just be outside. With any luck, we will return to our investigations. For any mistake, our leave, our pre-established is spared for the treasure. Remember, our lives are far more precious than the wares, if we ordered if we do so without hesitation. Thank you for concern, I pray take care as well. There it is.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
I have.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances. Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
So the merchant Karzal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so,
then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings. Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Karl Zahl's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast. Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Look! It's the satrap! The satrap!
Thank the heavens.
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Balaka's stand? My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share...
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
You are?
I'm Matsya of Akyali,
Matsya.
a humble fisherman.
Ah, I remember you from our first visit.
Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Balaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy! Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb! What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Get away from her, now!
Kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Run! As fast as you can! No!
Dang, got the stat rep, bruh.
My son.
Enough. You must run. For their sake and your own. Yes. You will survive. You must. Be strong, my friends! Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations! Brave men and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid! Let not a single beast escape! The rest of you, flee this place! Carry the wounded if you must! Head indoors or underground! Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that. Alphino! Alize! Leave the city to us! And make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village! I promise you, They're more capable than the host's finest!
Right!
Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
We must save Palakistan, whatever it takes. It pains me to put you in harm's way, but we ask for aid as well. Of course, Palakistan is not far, just down the hill, but as I told Zexman before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures, and no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. I ask you to take the lead in dispatch any beast you encounter. Alice and I will keep my eye hidden amongst the trees and follow when the path is clear. Yeah, boy! Got it. There's no time when dangers await. Let's keep the eyes peeled. Alright. West. There, huh? I missed that before. quest and then we'll call it a night. I get up at like 4 in the morning. Fun! I love getting up. It's my favorite thing to do. I'm going southwest. Music's super fun. I think I see it. There it is. Oh. Yeah, I missed that before. Alright, let's go finish this quest. Look at this fun thing. Sometimes we have to fly. That's alright, I'm not going to. Yeah. Okay. Time to finish this. Get the last cure at the It cannot be. We must heal these very quickly. I see no beast, but stay on guard. But is specific in the massive monstrous villager is gored by a terrible beast. There's no pulse, no they appeared there. The villager enters not pretty life-threatening. He does not respond to your efforts. His breathing grows more ragged and shallow. His big massive is man lost a little bit. Probably the memory goes on. No, leave me to sleep. Call up, the man does not respond. Have you come to help us? Too late, my family, my friends. These wounds are deep, but he may safe. Go and help the others. These only villagers survived on the election and do the rest of the journey with these by the 12, but still we can't see the damage to it further. And no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, at least for ourselves, suffer a similar fate. Content to the rest, pray look at Matsuya, no doubt he will have been ways to carry them for his powers. Oh, this Yurvet, the elder Harry is hurt, but praise be the stars, he still lives. Young Matsuya has told me everything, I have no words except gratitude for your aid. When the heavens began to burn, we were afraid, so did our best to carry on as we always have until today when the small beast came pouring to the village, flood of midnight and death. For no one's described that followed men and women have known since their babies struck down by the creatures on the rise again and joined the murderous horror, the guise of those same hideous fiends. In the chaos, a handful of villagers fled for their lives and only hope they found their way to safety. Matsuya, perchance remember Koslev and Mayhaven, the young couple who was brought your precious catches? How could I forget? Elder, when I first came to put on my horse, despite the eke out a living, they showed me such kindness. Others showed me as an outsider, as a way, but Koslev and Mayhaven brought me fish and sung his praises and turned my fortunes around. Alas, if they're in terrible danger, I'm running towards Agama Temple, the beast in close pursuit. The child, still a tiny babe, to elude these fiends while carrying one so young as impulsive, how should I beg you go to their aid? I want to help them, yet I'm but a fisherman. I gotta face peace of my own. Will you come with me? Of course. Oh, thank you. Agama Temple lies to the west of here, West Terror. What we're gonna do instead of doing that... No, we need to get done. We're gonna go see if we can dissipate our current over here. Then we'll come back here and log off. No, I'm done. Okay, cool. I'll catch you later.